Aron. Floor is yours, sir.
Right, so I'm an atypical candidate, and this is definitely going to be an atypical campaign. Like many of you, of course, I have concerns about human rights. I believe in nuance. I believe in prejudice. It's one of the things that I just adopted on my own. It wasn't taught to me, but I recognize the problem with making prejudicial judgments, and I don't believe in people being on either extreme of the spectrum. I tend to think that we're all on a bell curve. We're all pretty close to the middle of the dividing line. Doesn't divide us by much where most of us are. I also believe that when you elect a religious person to office, very often people will say that the advantage is that they're firm in their beliefs and strong in their convictions, and I have a problem with that because that means that they've already judged your case before they've heard the data.
You give them a pass on everything else.
Well, pretty much, exactly, yes. Okay, so I'm going to be firm in what I can show to be true, but that doesn't mean I'm going to make a judgment before I hear the case, and that's on anything, right? And so now in the district, I'm running for Senate District 2. This is a very rural district. I have very little of the city. I've got the far east of Dallas County. That's Garland. That's a couple of the cities just south of that, Mesquite, and I think Pleasant Grove. But outside of that, I've got very rural counties. I don't include Broward, but it does include Rockville, Van Zandt, Fan, Delta, and so forth, on up to the Oklahoma border. There is no, I could win the vote of every Democrat in all of those counties, and I still wouldn't win the election. I'm going to have the votes of Republicans, the votes of religious people. There's going to have to be some bridge building there. But as I said, I think using the right judgments is going to help. I'm currently running against Bob Hall, and if I do nothing else in this campaign, I'm going to be swinging these rural Texas districts further to the left, because the Republican Party already knows what a Tea Party believer Bob Hall is, and what an extreme bigot he is. Prejudice is all about his platform. That's all the thing he's most concerned about is preventing trans people from being able to pee. That's the biggest issue he has. Now, I'm more concerned with jobs. I mean, Texas once upon a time had a reputation for having some of the best universities in the country. We had, we had a space program, right? We can do science. When you look at the hiring freeze, right, we have the people that are not leaders, they're literally followers, right? So Trump does something stupid and the Texas Republican Congress follows suit, right? So they do a hiring freeze, even when they have openings, we need jobs and they can fill them, but they won't, and so this is creating a further financial system in Texas. We need to restore high-paying jobs. We need to entice businesses, companies, with high-paying jobs to invest in Texas. So we need to completely change the reputation. And I've gotten a lot of reports from elsewhere that having secular candidates in office is actually going to that alone will already happen. And as I said, we will drag this district to the left because it can't go any further to the right. It's too far gone, right? And people are going to be dissatisfied. I believe in equality for all people, for women's rights, and for human rights, for every demographic. And somebody asked me about being an atheist and how would that affect them. Nobody is a better defender of the First Amendment than an atheist, period. And if you notice, anybody that's been to Standing Rock has seen what they've done to the First Amendment, right? It's not just it's not just the prohibition clause and the establishment clause regarding religion. It's also freedom of press, right? And it's freedom of speech, and freedom to peaceably assemble. And we've seen what's happened with this. They want to pass laws to make it criminal to peaceably assemble. They're trying to undermine and criminalize every provision of the First Amendment.
Trump would criminalize the press.
So, while I am not a religious person, I have no religious beliefs, I will adamantly defend your right to believe what you want and to peacefully protest and to state your opinion, however.
Did I get Aron to address one more thing?
Sure. Well, I think we're about done. You can
okay, well, all I want to say is one thing that I've kind of figured out over my 61 years on this planet is that the only way you're going to get true freedom of religion is through a secular government in a secular nation. But that's a very hard thing to get across to religious people. Do you have any thoughts on convincing him that? How would you?
Well, I find people that are surprisingly just as irrational talking about politics as they are about religion. When he said it's nonpartisan debate, I wanted to mention, I'm aware there's problems with the Democratic Party, and there are decent people in the Republican Party as well, so this is where I'm talking about Hillary Clinton. But as far as the secular nature, I've tried to explain this about the most famous thing about me versus the other candidates was that, our beloved Governor Perry, was referencing me when he signed the Merry Christmas bill, and he looked into the camera and said that freedom of religion is not freedom from religion. Well, of course, that's wrong. I was the only atheist interviewed on statewide newspapers who was explaining why it is that, and I was addressing the Merry Christmas bill about why you shouldn't have teachers encouraged to out themselves on their religious beliefs to their students. It's irrelevant, right, to begin with. But also, if they're not in a dominant position, if they have an atypical religion or a minority religion, then they're going to be scrutinized by their students. If they have an politically unpopular religion, they might be in danger. So there's no reason anybody should be talking about that with their kids. You're free to believe whatever you want, and you shouldn't be forced to express what that is either.
But somehow they come down with this idea, or they're taught this idea from the pulpit, that secularism is the enemy, is their enemy.
People are using labels, right? I mentioned dragging the country further to the left, right? Because if you're as far as you can be to the right, then if you want to normalize it, you're going to have to move to the left. That doesn't mean that you have to move all the way to the left. Because people think in terms of labels, they think that if you want to move from the furthest right that you possibly can, if you want to move left at all, that means communism, right? They don't understand nuance. They don't understand that there's a middle place, that balance between capitalism and socialism, because they're just built into labels. And this is what you get with sensationalist news. I am not about sensationalism. I understand nuance, I understand balance, I understand moderation. Hope I answered the question.
Thank you.